What's going on, everybody? Thursday night, the Mavericks finally closed out the Minnesota Timberwolves, beating them 124-103. And I've been had the Mavs winning this series. You know what I'm saying? I thought they was gonna win in 6 games at most, and they closed them out in 5. You know what I'm saying? It was a pretty good series. The Mavs won the first 3 games. The Minnesota Timberwolves stole Game 4 and forced to Game 5. And I ain't gonna lie, the Mavs took care of business in Game 5, man. I ain't gonna lie, Luka and Kyrie both went off for 36 points each. Like they both knew what time it is. You know, they both knew what time it was. I meant to say, and Luka Doncic just had a very great all-around game. 36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 2 steals. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, he been upping up his defense a little bit in these playoffs. He had an efficient night, a very efficient night from the floor. Shot 63% from the field and shot 60% from 3. That's pretty efficient if you ask me. Luka knew what time it was. We all know that Luka averaged 34 points per game following the loss in the playoffs. So whenever Luka loses a game in the playoffs, we know he's gonna bounce back with a crazy offensive night. He had 20 of his 36 points in the first quarter alone. Like, I was watching the game. In the first quarter, Luka was just so aggressive. And it was this fan in the crowd that just poked the bear. You know what I'm saying? It was this Minnesota Timberwolves fan that poked the bear with Luka, man. And they set him off. You know what I'm saying? He had 20 in the first quarter alone. And I ain't gonna lie, from there on, they just had a nice, good lead. The Mavs, I don't remember really the Mavs trailing in this game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Mavs really trailed that much in this game, if they even did. And it wasn't really on Anthony Edwards or Karl-Anthony Towns. They had pretty decent games themselves. They both went off for 28 points each. Both was pretty efficient from the floor. Anthony Edwards had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Shot 55% from the field, shot 66% from the 3. And Cat had a pretty efficient night too. 28 points, 12 rebounds, shot 45% from the field, and he shot pretty poor from the 3 though. He shot 16% from the 3, which wasn't enough to beat in my opinion, the best duo. I'm gonna keep that up. I'm gonna keep saying that Luka and Kyrie is the best duo in the playoffs. Just strict, not really off of statistics, because we going off stats. The Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is the best, duo right now, out of the 2. But Luka and Kyrie just know how to close games out, and they just know how to play off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just fit so well. And I just love that people didn't think that this was gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? I already knew they was going to the finals when I seen Kyrie going up for alley-oops from Luka Doncic, and the chemistry just looked good, this season. And like I said, I keep saying it, they made the right trades at the right time. Drafting Derek Lively was amazing. Derek Lively has been good for them. We even seen Luka Doncic try to give his Western Conference Finals trophy to Derek Lively in the locker room, and Derek Lively was like, "Nah, bro, that's yours. That's your trophy." We all know how much Luka Doncic loved Derek Lively. That's his big man that really helps him out a lot. The big man has been very key in Luka Doncic's success this playoffs. So we literally seen the Minnesota Timberwolves head coach before the game say that the Mavs set a lot of illegal screens. He said it in an indirect way. And I just think they do a good job of setting screens for Luka, rolling to the basket. And like I said, you see a lot of lobs, you see a lot of high passes up to Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. But a lot of times you see Doncic just getting a lot of threes, a lot of mid-ranges off the pick too. You know what I'm saying? He just know how to navigate through screens. And yeah, man, I think Kyrie was aggressive, very aggressive in the closeout game, like he was supposed to be. Bouncing back from that bad game 4 he only had 16 points, 20 something. Had a pretty bad scoring game in the last game, so he bounced back very well, dropping 36 points in that closeout game. We all know that he's in 15. He's now 15-1 in closeout games. So Kyrie has an amazing closeout record right now, and that's why going into this Boston series, I think it's going to be very important that Kyrie is aggressive. Because they're going against a fully loaded Boston Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis is expected to come back in the finals. He's been out for most of the playoffs. And that's just another weapon that Boston going to have. You know what I'm saying? As a Luka fan, I want the Mavs to win this in 6 or 7 games, but I know it's going to be a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? Boston has a lot of weapons, from Jrue Holiday to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, obviously, to Kristaps Porzingis, to even Derek White. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Derek White has been probably the most impactful player on that team. You know what I'm saying? From defending to just big plays at the right time. That dude Derek White has been hooping. You know what I'm saying? There's even been a lot of memes saying that it's Derek White's team. You know what I'm saying? He's just the perfect role player. And he can score for you. He can defend. He can get rebounds. He hustles. Like, he's the perfect player for the Boston Celtics. I think that is going to be very vital in the finals as well. As this, their defense. Their defense is going to be crazy. They got Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They all good defenders. They're going to make it really tough on Luka Doncic and Kyrie to score the ball. And I think the Mavericks is going to have to find a way to score more outside of Kyrie and Luka Doncic, because, to be honest, not a lot of players on the Mavericks can score above 20 other than Luka and Kyrie. So it's going to be about their defense and them slowing down the Boston Celtics, you know, weapons that they do have. What I will say is Kristaps Porzingis come back into the lineup. They will have to kind of adapt to hit, you know, having him back in the lineup. I don't think it'll take that long, like I said. And they still got like guys like Al Horford, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of old but can still pop off for a cool 20, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere, hitting some threes, man. So I'm not gonna lie, as a Mavericks fan, I am kind of scared going against Boston in the finals, because Boston is legit this year. We all know that they're hungry, and they've been saying it all year that they want to win a chip. You know what I'm saying? They're tired of making it to the finals, to the Eastern Conference Finals, and not finishing the job. And I think if Jason Tatum loses this finals, we'll all look at him different. We'll all look at him as like another Paul George or something. And a lot of people are going to be questioning the Boston Celtics and saying maybe the Boston Celtics should blow up the lineup. You know what I'm saying? They keep getting so close and just not finishing the job. I don't think they should ever blow up this. They should never blow up this core that they got right now. I think the Boston team right now is probably going to be the best Boston team they're going to have in a minute. I don't think the team can get much better than this. They have role players. They have PGs. They got everything they need. You know what I'm saying? The Boston Celtics has everything they need. And that's why when I look at Mavs versus Boston in the finals, it's kind of like 2 stars and Luka and Kyrie versus a team. You know what I'm saying? A fully loaded team that has 2 stars. Like I said, a lot of good supporting cast players. It's all about the Mavs. I think, in my opinion, it's all about the Mavs just trying to hang around and have these close games and close these out. Close the good, because we all know that Kyrie and Luka is the best at closing games out. You know what I'm saying? They showed it time and time again. So they're going to need to close out and close games to win this series, because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, them boys going to show up. You know what I'm saying? We do see Jason Tatum at times not show up when the lights are bright, but I think this year with the team he got, I can't see him having an off game like that. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they have the perfect help. There's no excuses for Boston to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's really no excuses, in my opinion. There was the high seed, number 1 seed in the East. And a lot of people has been backlashing them because they've been facing a lot of these teams with injuries. First round, they had Jimmy out. Second round, they had, Donovan Mitchell out, I think. And then third round, they had Tyrese Halliburton out. So, like, it's just been injuries all across the board. But those injuries all throughout the Eastern Conference. We had Giannis and Dame out. We had Brunson out. So, it's kind of hard to say, you know, that's the reason they got to the finals, because I think either way, they still was the best team in the Eastern Conference. Because it was kind of silly to say that, but they did have an easy road to the finals, in my opinion, too, because they did face a lot of teams without their best player. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Luka and Kyrie didn't have the hardest way to the finals. I'll be honest. They did beat the Thunder, which had, you know, the second MVP candidate in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And they did beat the team that beat Jokic in them. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I think if we talk about who had the roughest road to the finals, it's definitely Mavs before Boston. But, like I said, both of these teams haven't faced a team like each other in this whole playoff. So, this is both a test of both teams. You know what I'm saying? Both these teams had it, you know, fairly easy going into the finals. And like I said, the Mavs have a lot of adjustments to do. They got to figure out how they can score more, because, like, they're facing a top-tier defense. They're facing Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is going to be on that front line guarding either Luka or Kyrie. I don't know who they're going to put him on. I could see them putting him on. I could see them putting Drew Holiday on Kyrie, though. Maybe having Jaylen Brown guard Luka or Jason Tatum. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see, man. This is going to be a very, very good finals. I can see this going to 6 or 7 games in either way. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I want the Mavericks to win this series. I want Luka Doncic to eclipse his first ring. But I wouldn't be mad to see Jason Tatum get his first ring either, because it's about time both these players, you know, get this ring. And I think we're gonna see, you know, these two clash in the finals time and time again. This won't be the last time we see Luka versus Jason Tatum in the finals. We will probably see this more and more and more. Just seeing what their team's looking like right now. But I think it's all about Luka Doncic unlocking his team. Like, Luka Doncic and Kyrie have to bring the best out of PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively. Their shooters got to be ready to shoot, and they have to be efficient if they want to defeat the Boston Celtics. And for the Boston Celtics, it's all about just taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Not having a bad night, not having bad shooting nights, which they probably will. It probably will be nice for Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown might have a bad game, and the Mavericks take advantage of it. So you guys let me know down below in the comments who you got winning the finals and how many games. It's going to be a very, very interesting finals if you ask me. Please do me a favor, smash the like button, and leave me a comment on what you want to see in the next week. Because like I said, we don't have any NBA basketball until the finals, and the finals start on the 6th, on Thursday. So we got a lot of time before the finals. So let me know what kind of content you want to see before the finals. I could drop anything maybe about the Cavs and they off season. They got a lot of decisions to make. The Lakers, they got a lot of decisions to make. The Clippers got some decisions to make. So you guys let me know down below in the comments what you want to see going forward as far as content. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, smack that like button. And like I said, leave me a comment on what you want to see. I'll see you guys in the next video. You dig?